So it means you would have been a senior researcher for 5 years without a post-matric qualification. My question to you is, if we were to appoint you, recommend you, and the president were to appoint you to lead the NYDA, would you appoint or employ someone without a post-matric qualification to be a senior researcher in any process or department within the National Youth Development Agency? Because you were a senior researcher and earned a senior researcher salary for 5 years without a post-matric qualification. Thank you.
Now, what I have for you in today's video is very, very interesting. In fact, I don't know why I'm saying interesting. It's not interesting at all, but it's very, very disgusting and embarrassing. Now, we all know that the issue of incompetence in this country is a very, very big problem. Most of our leaders are incompetent. We all know that. You find a person leading a department that he knows nothing about. It's a norm here in South Africa. So in a way, what I'm going to talk about in today's video was not a surprise. You know, there are people who are executives here in South Africa who are holding positions of power even in government departments, who know nothing about their job, who are just straightforward incompetent. I don't want to speak a lot today because what I have for you is very, very shocking, and I want you to see. And then you will tell me on the comment section down below what you saw. What do you think about what you saw? You will tell me, because I was very, very embarrassed. Now, Sihle Lonzi from the EFF exposed two of the people who are executives in the NYDA, the National Youth Development Agency that is supposed to be helping young entrepreneurs here in South Africa. Now, it was shocking to me to see that the people who are executives in this initiative do not know anything about what they are doing. They are straightforward incompetent. They got those jobs through connections, obviously, or they paid for those positions. Now, it begs the question, if the people who are executives in the NYDA don't even know what they are doing, how do we expect the people who are in the ground working in the NYDA to know what they are doing? You know, I once went to the NYDA offices a couple of years ago trying to acquire information on how I can get funding for my business, because I have a tombstone manufacturing business that is still very, very small. So it's something that I'm working on. I once went to NYDA a couple of years ago and I told them that I have a business plan, I have everything, my business is already functional, we produce and manufacture tombstones in the rural areas, we are already operating and things like that. You know, the treatment I got when I was there, it really, really broke my spirit in a way. And then I even went for the second time, got the same treatment. It's as if when they speak to you as a young entrepreneur in South Africa, they take you for granted. They don't even want to understand your vision. They are just looking at you and saying, "Now, but then you must have this, have that." But when you try to find out how do I have this and have that, it's like you are wasting their time. So seeing that the executives of the NYDA actually don't know anything about what they are doing answered the question of why I received that treatment. Because the people that I found there in those offices, clearly they also didn't know what they are doing. Their bosses don't even know what they are doing. So it's a very, very big problem. And if this thing starts there from the executives, that is why most will receive the treatments that we receive when we are in these offices of the likes of NYDA. So let me not speak a lot because Sihle Lonzi exposed these people, but it's very, very embarrassing. So brace yourself and then please watch this video I'm about to stage right now, and then you tell me on the comment section down below, what do you think about this level of incompetence? Tell me on the comment section down below. But if you just enjoyed this video or you learned something new, please leave a like and subscribe to this channel. I would really, really appreciate it. My name is Emmanuel and this is Mzansi Versity, the place where we transform lives through knowledge and information. Let's meet again on another video.
My name is Sihle Lonzi, Member of Parliament deployed by the Economic Freedom Fighters. I've just got one quick question for you. So the NYDA Act outlines the agency's responsibilities in as far as youth development is concerned. Now, given how the Act is so broad, how would you ensure that the NYDA policies and programs align with the legal framework outlined in the Act? And maybe try to give me some practical examples in as far as this relationship is concerned. Thank you.
Stores not the kid. How the as your question was that how does since the NYDA Act is broad, how and it allows the responsibilities, how do I ensure that the programs it aligns with the legal framework?
Yeah, I'm trying to maybe so that you understand it better. I'm trying to test your understanding of the relationship between the Act and its legal framework in as far as the work of the NYDA is concerned. And I want you to give me a practical example to that effect.
Okay. Okay, so was Honorable Sihle. And as far as the NYDA Act is concerned, especially with, I will firstly maybe take the root of its role in the development of, or rather the bridging between ensuring the rural communities participate, and since it's mandated by the national development plan to be the one an agency that incorporates it to ensure that it participates in that thing. So I think ilunga yisho manje ukuthi the NYDA okay. Honorable Sihle, can you please repeat that again? I'm not sure if I'm understanding it well. From how I'm understanding it, I think it may be different from what you are saying. Can you please?
Through you, Chair, if you allow. I'm trying to understand, my brother.
Yes.
If I'm just trying to find a simple way of explaining it to you. In as far as NYDA must fulfill its objectives, right?
Yes.
Youth development, the things that you would have mentioned here.
Yes.
Now, there's the NYDA Act, and then there's the legal framework of the NYDA Act. I want to know if you understand the relationship between those two, and if you can give me some practical example, even one, that demonstrates to us and the people of South Africa that you understand this relationship.
Okay. Okay, so from the as NYDA is mandated to obviously do the youth development, for me to answer this question, I am going to use that example of the rural being integrated into the okay, so the framework essentially is the skeleton, and then from the act itself, it's the policy, the legal framework will be okay. Okay, let me just give this one. So from the people who are in the rural areas, Okay, Chair.
But 1 minute left for this question, unfortunately, sir.
Okay.
Much again, Chairperson. My name is Sihle Lonzi, member of the Portfolio Committee deployed by the Economic Freedom Fighters. I'm only repeating it because I think Mr. Swallow said Lonzi, so just trying to assist him to not forget. Thank you very much, Chair. I've got a very quick question, and then I think that will be it for me for the day. Mr. Swallow, you say you are in your CV, you are a Treasurer General of the African National Congress Youth League from July 2023 until current. But where I'm going is that in 2016 until 2023, again in your CV, you say you were a senior researcher at Mbombela Municipality, Nelspruit in South Africa. Now, it would have made sense to me if you had completed your diploma in 2011, but you have since clarified it to us that you in fact completed it in 2021. So it means you would have been a senior researcher for 5 years without a post-matric qualification. My question to you is, if we were to appoint you, recommend you, and the president were to appoint you to lead the NYDA, would you appoint or employ someone without a post-matric qualification to be a senior researcher in any process or department within the National Youth Development Agency? Because you were a senior researcher and earned a senior researcher salary for 5 years without a post-matric qualification. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that question. No, I think I would not do that. Maybe I must maybe the question should have been, what is the circumstance that led to that? Because I did not apply for a post of senior researcher. Because the problem, I had to put the CV accurately to the fact of the positions I occupied, because I didn't want to mislead anybody. Now, what would have happened in the instance, I never applied to be a senior researcher chair. I applied to be a PA and working in the office of the chief whip in the municipality there. Now, because I was deployed in a political office, there was movement. They just placed me as a senior researcher. I could not say, no, I don't qualify. They placed me. They did what they call placement. And then they placed me as a senior researcher. For that matter, for 2 years, I spent that 2 years without being given proper functions in that responsibility. And that was my problem. It was the problem of the municipality. I'm on record complaining about those attributes. And so it was never my making, Chair, that I applied for a post that I knew that I don't qualify for. It was the making of the institution which frustrated me at that particular time. And I had issues with it at that time. Now, it was not me. It was just an issue of placement. Because if you were to check, it was just the same institution that I worked in. It was not like I moved to another department, to another institution. I still worked within the same institution. So that was the reality. It was a frustration for me, and I had to endure that, and that was it. Thank you, Chair.